It is not that he, the individual meditator, comes to recognize him as an object. But when he reaches there, he merges to become Brahman. Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. One who knows Brahman, the absolute reality, he becomes the absolute reality. When a river reaches the ocean, the river loses its individuality in name and character. And the river merges, and the river becomes all the oceans around the world. When the dreamer wakes up, not only the dreamer and the dream is gone, but the dreamer realizes that I who thought myself to be the dreamer am the waker. In the same way, the one who has realized the self, even while he is living in this world, he who has brought the mind into quietude, he has already started experience the divine. And he who has realized that state, he himself is Brahman. Because his nature and the Brahman's nature becomes one and the same. The dreamer's status gone. And he who was the dreamer, he himself becomes the waker. When you reach him, you disappear into him and become one with him. Just as the river becomes one with the ocean. Just as the dreamer becomes one with the waker. It's a movement in consciousness. The limited sense of consciousness is ended. And you realize that I who thought myself to be such a millions of years as a limited ego, I am the one self everywhere present. It is equal. When things that are conducive in line with, in concurrence with your tendencies, you enjoy. Drunkards love a bottle of whiskey. But a non-drunkard, a teetotaler, it doesn't affect him. He hates that thing. Here is a man who, having realized, he is so tranquil and happy, he is no more depending upon these objects. It is immaterial to him whether the things are conducive or not, because conducive and otherwise is only with reference to the vasanas. He has exhausted the vasanas. He only recognizes things are there. They are behaving. Under all circumstances, that inner equipoise comes. Sri Ramachandraji, at one moment the father calls him and says, go with the inside, dress up, because I'm going to install you on the throne. The installation ceremony. He goes inside, and by the time he changes his clothes, he is again called to come back. And his stepmother says, Rama, he had promised to me and he has now, I am asking that promise. And what is that? That the kingdom must go to my son, Bharat, and you must go for 14 years in exile into the forest. Right away. This is your father's command. He said, Mom, why should you go and say this to my father? If you had asked me, do you think that I will not go? Here I go. He goes inside and takes on to Valkala, the bark of a tree, which is the clothes that you wear in the jungle, and he is ready to go out. In both the cases, there is not a trace of difference on his face. When he is told that you are going to be the king, to rule over the kingdom, He said, okay. And when he said that, no, it has been changed, the program has been changed. 14 years, you go in exile and live on leaves and roots. Okay. Think that is called equipoise. Balance. Nothing disturbs. So when priya, comfortable or lovable things are happening around you, he is not rejoicing or over-rejoiced, nor when bad things happen, he doesn't hate them. Sthira buddhira sammudha. His intellect his buddhi, intellect is ever sthira, equipoised, balanced. Nothing that happens in the world outside can bring a whiff of disturbance in his bosom. Asammuda. Why is it? He has no more any moodhatva, any misconception. Because the known apprehension has ended. Therefore, he is not misapprehending the world. He is not understanding that the world is consisting of the world of plurality.